Hi gardening friends, I'm Lark and I'm in Wisconsin, Zone 5. Welcome to Tips and Techniques Thursday. I would like to show you the tip of deadheading and cutting back to prolong bloom, mostly on annuals. Right now, if you cut back perennials or deadhead perennials, there isn't enough time to rejuvenate the plant. Not here in Wisconsin. We could get a frost in the end of September. So today I'm going to show you annuals. So what I'm doing is this bed of marigolds here, all along the edge, we want to prolong bloom until a hard frost. That's why I grow marigolds. It gives me color all the time. So the tip is to deadhead, and I'm just going to snap these off. We're looking for flowers that are past their prime. These still look good. This one here does not look good anymore, so I snap it off with my thumb. I just snap it. So here's another one right here. And I just snap it off. You can use the scissors, so I go around and I look. Okay. Here's another one. So I just keep snapping, and what I'm doing is dropping them. I hide them under the plant a little. This one here is really setting seed. Can you see how it's setting seed? And that is why I got hundreds of marigolds this spring. I pulled out marigolds. So I just drop them here. In spring, you can just pull out what you don't want. But that's how I got probably a couple hundred. So I snap. Now, some of you might want to use the scissors. That's fine too. Fine. I find the two-handed snapping is better. So now I'd like to show you also what I do with my cosmos. Let's go around the flagpole. So around the flagpole I have calendula, and I told you that I make an oil infusion out of the calendula. Well, over here I don't, because I don't grow organically up here. Here I use chemical fertilizers. And I want these calendula, they'll keep blooming, and so will the marigolds. And again, I'm just going to snap them off and drop them. And the reseeds from this sage, what sage? This is Victoria, this blue, purple. This here, some of it is setting seed already, and I don't want that. Can you see these little dried up seed heads? It's not dry enough yet, but that'll give me seed for next year. And I will stop deadheading in about a couple weeks because I want seed. Calendula I cut because it's sticky and I have a hard time snapping it off. So here I am. Here's the dried up seed head of calendula. And I just cut it off. Now it'll branch out and flower more. Now sometimes, let's see if I can find a calendula that's, okay, this one here. It still has orange on, but you can take it off. Now I'm deadheading the grasses too, so they send up more plumes. Let's see. I'm looking for the real beige ones. The red ones are still pretty, and let's see if I can find one. This here is getting kind of beige. It can even be past this. It'll start drying up more. So I just cut them off and I drop them again. And it'll send off more blooms, because what an annual wants to do is produce seed. And if you keep cutting off the flowers, they're going to bloom more. So nothing fancy. And I do the same. Let's go to the front, or the back, and look at the cosmos. We need rain really bad here. It's dry and hot. So up here where I have a few annuals, I deadhead up here too. I see a couple, and I do this probably at least weekly. And over by the bike here, same thing, and I just tuck them in. Isn't that pretty? Begonia. Real pretty. This here is finally starting to trail, but I got it in too late. So back here at the planters, I am going to show you. Okay, here is lantana that I should have cut off a long time, a week ago. Can you see that seed head there against my hand? It's setting seed. And that takes the plant a lot of energy to produce seed. So if we cut that off, then the plant puts energy into producing more blooms. And that's what we want. The plant wants to bloom so it can produce seed. And I want it to produce flowers, so I cut off the seed. So we're kind of fighting right now. So again, I go around, and I use a scissors for this one. And I just cut off all the old blooms. Honey, come in on this one here. See the flowers are starting to fall off? So I will even cut those off if I see them here. I just cut them off. Now the cosmos are a yucky job because there's so many of them. But what I do is, this is the seed head right here. Can you see them? This is seed head. It's already flowered, and I cut them back. And it produces more blooms when you cut it back. So I will cut here, right at the end of the stem, and then you can see right here in the connection of these three stems, there's more leaves coming out, and that means it'll produce more flowers. Soon I will leave these dry up on the plant so I can have seed for next year. And these seeds here I do not try not to let drop because they're kind of messy, so I just stick them in the container itself. So that's it, gardening friends. If you want to prolong bloom on your annuals, take the time to deadhead them, and in earlier summer you can cut back, and that's another tip and technique I'll show you. Or maybe I did show you already. I can't remember. So deadheading, prolong bloom. See ya. Take care.